It's a hot dog face-off.
Princess the Bear here. We're at Disney Springs today. Well, Disney Springs to start because you know what? We were told by popular media throughout our lives that apparently all the best things are shaped like hot dogs.
All of you have been asking for us to go to Portillo's.
So we're going to do that. We're going to do the Princess the Bear way. It's your number one choice in foodie infotainment. Of course, remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go on an adventure.
Enjoy the hot dog face-off.
Lizzie Gobbler. You heard the girl. See, this is what an actual toppings bar looks like. The mustard, the relishes, all the things.
My lovely brat, my bae, my boo thing, my thing that the only place I can get this is Magic Kingdom. I can get it at Friar Nook's, and then a secret menu item, getting it at Summerfest at Epcot. But this one is a thickened glizzy. This glizzy has got extra bun action. So I need a fork and knife this one. It's nice and burnt on one side. And I feel like I'm going to have to cut I can't eat the whole bun. Like, yes, I'm notorious for eating abnormally large bites, but I can't with this. This is too much bread. Even for a bread lover like me.
Too much bread? You?
It's a lot of bread. It's not going to give me good bread either. Oh, well, I can't even fork it proper. Okay. Let's try this again.
You got this.
All right.
You got this.
Teamwork. Well, my own work makes the dream work. Cheers. I feel like the bun and the Beyond Brat match in like ratio, but the sauerkraut and the mustard do not. I need twice as much sauerkraut and just a little bit more mustard to make this like a complete and amazing bite. But I still love this. And I was discussing with Bear. This is literally the only place outside of the parks that you as a vegan can get a hot dog on Walt Disney World property. Outside of like, you know, just getting a sausage for breakfast or whatever, but like an actual hot dog and a bun and all of that, this is it. There have been many a times where Bear and I have ordered BB Wolf's, and then I've taken like a top and taken it back to the hotel and finished it. And it's actually had a different mustard than the mustard that we have today. Today we have like real legit mustard and not like yellow mustard that I have had in the past. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate BB Wolf's for what it is. It's still my like comfort food place at Disney Springs. If I had to choose between like Earl sandwich and BB Wolf, it's always going to be BB Wolf. I really like this, but I do think the ratios are off for this specific hot dog, so I'm going to grade it a 2.75 out of 5 Bratwurst. But I want you guys to know that it's not usually that low of a rating. It's usually higher, and I usually love it more. It's usually the thing that I am dreaming of when I want a hot dog.
I feel like every time we come get this plant-based bratwurst here, it looks a little bit different. I'm not complaining about like improving your recipe, but like there is no consistency on the size, shape, or even the cook of this dog. Now, like what said, if you want a plant-based hot dog outside of the parks, this is literally your only place to come in Walt Disney World. However, when you're craving something that's shaped like a hot dog, you got to come to BB Wolf's. Now, do I understand why people like things shaped like hot dogs? No, because I prefer things shaped like sandwiches. Don't read into that. But we're still here to bring the dog-shaped things to you. Like Princess I am also going to use these pathetic knife and forks. Do not be ashamed of using a knife and fork with your hot dog. There are no rules for hot dogs. It's American food. Everybody's eating it wrong anyway. Nobody's going to judge you for eating a hot dog with a fork. No, at least not in this community. If you have other communities make fun of you for eating a hot dog with a fork and a knife, you're always welcome here with us, the weird ones. That is strange. It's very weird because we do love pretzel buns and bratwurst, but and it's actually a good example of like a pretzel bun. It's soft with that pliability. It's not salted, which I love. It's not as toasted as I would like. It's lightly toasted, but there's just way too much bread for the dog. Like you could literally have, if you slid the bratwurst to one side, you'd have half a bread with nothing in it. Mustard's good, sauerkraut's good. Even the addition of like the green onions on top, I love. But everything in balance, as all things should be. 2.75 out of 5 plus. So you would think on a hot dog face-off that we would get all boring plain hot dogs. That's just not who we are. We like seasoning, we like extras, we like specialty things. Come here completely unplanned, and today on the menu they have a Tennessee barbecue dog with smoked brisket, Nashville pickle hot slaw, barbecue sauce, and sweet cream sauce. I'm not going to say this looks like something that airs on a cable TV network late at night. But I could say that, but most of you don't know what cable is, and who understands what late night is the press panini. So I'm actually going to pick this one up and just make it a complete mess. And if you guys want to meme this and do whatever you want to it, you are more than welcome to it. I'm not going to judge you. Not one bit. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I despise hot dogs. Okay? You know hot dog face off? Hot dogs are one of my least favorite foods. Because again, I prefer sandwiches. However, hot dogs with fixins, when you get those fixins right, like everything's pumping on like all cylinders, be it 4, 6, 12, whatever you do, it can be kind of a dream. This hot dog is in there, but it's overpowered by the smoked beef brisket. That hot slaw is not hot. I'm getting like a -2 out of 10 on the scale with the slaw. Pickled, the pickle on it is perfect. Pickled with the beef of like the brisket and then the beef and the cream sauce is amazing. This is probably the most fun I've had with a hot dog since the last time I had a real Chicago dog that hasn't been until we lived in Florida. I give this a 4.75 out of 5 claws. I don't often do that with a hot dog, but if you're here, well, this dog is still here. You're looking for them quick. It's like a pre-movie thing, movie pre-game, pre-park pre-game. Maybe it's just your pre-game for Disney Springs Bar Crawl, which is on several. This is a dog for you. As a glizzy gets gobbled, we're glizzying, sliding off to the next surprise for you.
Portillo's.
Oh, the magic of editing. We're here at the place you guys have been asking us about for
Ever?
almost a year now. A lot of you have been asking us to come to Portillo's, but we had to phrase it. Given this is a hot dog battle royale, is it worth leaving the parks to come into Portillo's? Or maybe you're staying off site. Either way, we're here.
We're about to find out.
Finally.
Oh. Hey. One thing I didn't think we were going to get at Portillo's, beer. And I got a beautiful Yingling, America's first beer that is always vegan. Cheers. That is nice and refreshing. I love that. Probably one of the best Yinglings I've had in a minute. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Yinglings.
So is this a goblet of vegan or a goblet of fire? But either way, it's amazing that even with everything we ordered here, we came out here about 30 bucks. Between the beers and our food, 30 bucks. I think that's maybe like one stop for drinks at a Disney park or even Universty. This is a goblet worthy of Portillo's. Oh my god, the frosted glass is everything. The condensation comes down quick, they give you a little napkin, but like, beer in a frosted glass is peak. Frosted goblet, I think I have to buy goblets for the house. I would give it 4 to 5 claws. You get extra points for the goblet.
And we have a copper tail beer. I don't know about this one, but cheers. is very floral, very hoppy, kind of like almost at that IPA level. Definitely not my jam. If you like IPAs, you're gonna like this. For me, it's like a 2 out of 5 beers. I'm gonna stick with my Yingling.
The Coppertail Unholy, another Belgian style triple. I love anything Belgian. Ooh. Definitely more bitter than like a Victory Gold Monkey or anything else, but still got that same sort of flavor profile. If you don't like bitter beers, you will not like this Unholy monstrosity. For me, it's a 3.5 out of 5 claws.
The Vegan Field Roast Chicago Dog. This is a beautiful dog. I have not seen a more beautiful Chicago dog in my life. And since Bear introduced me to Chicago dogs like 10 years ago, his was just as beautifully designed as this. Everything was aligned. Everything had a perfect place. He didn't give me neon green relish though, but we've had it many times in the past at Disney World. This is like a legit Chicago dog, vegan style. I'm stoked. Why did I wait so long to come here, you guys? Please, I know you all told me to come here for like a year, but at least we're here now. That was amazing. That was incredible. The hot dog takes me on a journey. It tastes like a hot dog. I did make a mess though, and I didn't put enough napkins on my lap like a real princess. I only had a small little baby one, so I did spill like 3 spots on my skirt. So don't judge me when we go to the next place that I'm all like stained and gross. It's not ladylike of me. But this hot dog, I want it all up in my business, and I'm okay that it made me messy, because there is really no other hot dog I think I would appreciate making me as messy as this one. This is really good. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princessities item. If I just want like a hot dog on a go, this is 100% the one that I want. And I thought that BB Wolf's was like my bae, like number 1. I think Portillo's just destroyed that. And I don't know if Universal's going to be able to pick that up. But this is amazing.
Well, here we have a legit looking Chicago dog. For those of you who are new here, we do food reviews, vegan and non-vegan. I am not, while I am a Florida native, I am not native to Central Florida. And the princess is from California. Before living here, I lived in Chicago. And Chicago dogs are my favorite kind of hot dog, next to a chili dog. There was a little spot down from the Great Lakes Naval Training Base, mom and pop little shop, just a little hut that served hot dogs. So regular Chicago dogs, this neon green relish thing is new to me, but I'm all here for it. Especially if this tastes anything like it looked. This is pretty. I have not been able to make dogs that look this pretty at home in a very long time. The flavor is what matters here. That's given Chicago. That's given legit. For the peppers, the relish, fresh tomatoes, the crunch of that pickle. I thought some soggy pickle. I didn't crunch biting into it. The pepper, the poppy seed bun. I love it. Absolutely love it. Disney has tried to imitate a plant-based Chicago dog several times. To me, which has been a fail. Universal tries. They get close. This is what a Chicago dog should taste like. This is what I wanted to introduce Princess to. And for all of you who have never had a Chicago dog and you're vegan, this is the place you need to come. The only thing that I hate, my only knock about this place is that this is the only thing vegan they have on the menu. It's just this dog. Their fries are in beef tallow.
Yeah.
They have shakes, but none of them are vegan. They have like nuggies, a couple other things. They have chili, things like that. None of it vegan. So if you come here as a vegan, literally the only thing you're eating is that hot dog.
And beer.
And beer. They do have beer, which we didn't know they had. But now they know we have beer. This might be a new movie pregame spot for us. Just saying. What's a 5 out of 5 clause? If you're vegan and you live in Orlando, or you have the opportunity to come to Portillo while you're in Orlando, and you've never had a Chicago dog, this is the place to come eat one.
Or go to any Portillo's chain.
Or Portillo's chain. But if you're in Orlando specifically, this is the place to come. So what better to stack up against a plant-based, good for the animals dog than next to a real dog? Because honestly, it's been too long since I had one that was legit, because I haven't traveled back to Chicago in quite some time. I need the baseline. Now, given that I'm calling it baseline, I probably should have eaten this first. But I wouldn't want to pollute the princess's dog with my filthy, non-vegan mouth. And if some of you have come after me before for that. Of all my years alive on this filthy blue dirt ball that we call Earth, Chicago dog is only the second hot dog ever that's given me any sort of joy. I don't enjoy tube-shaped things. I enjoy sandwiches, which is why a hot dog is a sandwich to me. Make that work in your own head. The only thing better is a chili dog with good chili and relish. This, we're gonna be coming here a lot. It's probably dangerous. Very dangerous. This is right before Disney, because we come in to see movies in these parts about Disney Universal all the time. This is gonna be one of our new movie spots. I'm calling it now. 5 out of 5 quality of Necessities list. You guys did ask us to come to Portillo's. I will admit that we did put it off, and it's completely our own fault. That's why we missed out on this greatness. I'm ashamed. We could just do 2 dogs and be done, but that wouldn't be foodie-fessional if we didn't at least have one more in a battle royale. Because if we don't, that's just a one-on-one.
This isn't our first battle royale. We did one with donuts, so we're here with the hot dogs now. Go check out our donut one too.
Let's go. Princess and the Bear take you to the lowest place, say we're getting hot dogs, and take you to a moving walkway.
Rude?
Well, of course, if we're on a moving walkway, that means we're going to the CityWalk
Yeah, that's true.
for world-famous hot dogs.
Universal! Pink's isn't here,
No, Pink's is not here. We are not in Hollywood.
but
Not yet.
the Hall of Fame is here.
So, that's going to be the last contestant in our battle royale. Let's go get the glizzy.
Cup on draft to a Yingling and a regular cup on draft. Cheers, let's see how it tastes. Definitely not as good. It's still tasty and fresh because it's a Yingling, but that frosted glass just gives it a next level. Portillo's has got a win so far. This is still a good beer though. It's a 3 out of 5 beers.
They call Yingling the ringleader of beers. You have the circus that is most American beers, and then you have Yingling leading the top of the average to media core. Cheers. Smooth, consistent. Exactly what you expect from America's oldest brewery. 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Typically, I customize this field roast hot dog, but for the sake of science, I just got the regular field roast hot dog and I put some mustard on it. Comes this lime here, so I'm gonna squeeze this lime wedge all over it as well. It's got the vegan feta and some lovely corn, and then the same type of field roast hot dog that they do at Portillo's, but Portillo's has their own blend, so this is just like a regular field roast. Okay, I guess we're gonna take like a princess bite. I'm gonna try and be a little more ladylike with this, but I always fail, so here we go. Eek. This is like eating a BB Wolf bite. I'm back at Disney Springs. The hoagie is not toasted. I think it would be a lot better if it was toasted. The field roast it's cooked nicely. The toppings are okay. I think like it needs a little bit more sauce. The feta is kind of bland. I probably should have picked a different mustard than just like regular yellow. It's an okay hot dog. Is it the best of the 3? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's at the bottom of the list. I'm gonna say Portillo's is number 1, BB Wolf is number 2, and this is number 3. I think Mel's might be better than BB Wolf. And then BB Wolf would be 3 and this would be 4. Because I think this used to be, I think, higher on the appreciation scale, but now I think it's at the bottom. Probably one of the worst vegan hot dogs definitely the worst vegan hot dog of the day. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 hot dogs. It's not a hot dog.
Here we have another Universty concoction. World's famous hot dogs, world's best hot dogs. What they do here, different than many other places. BB Wolf's is really about specialty dogs. They have a select menu of specialty dogs that do really well. Portillo's, on the other hand, as far as this battle royale, knows their product and know their product well. They know exactly what they're serving and exactly how they like it served. They do hot dogs, probably base hot dogs better than anybody else, with all the usual fixings. Now, the world's best dogs, they specialize in like regional classics. So not only do they have a lot of different toppings from a lot of different areas around the U.S., they also have the famous dog from that region. So it could be like a Vienna base, or it could be a Bratwurst, or all those things. They have different base hot dogs in addition to the toppings. So it gives them a slight edge. But the question is what they do with it. They have a lot of toppings in their vegan dog. Interesting ones. Feta, weird choice. Corn, I don't mind. Lettuce, good. The rest of this, cilantro, the lime, and this bun's atrocious. This is the worst looking bun I've looked at all day. It looks as pale as somebody that hasn't seen the sun for at least one Midwestern winter. I need some sun. Desperately. A heat lamp would have given it more toast than this thing came out. But they were a little backed up today, so I'll give them that. I still to this day will never understand Universal's obsession with putting vegan feta cheese in places where feta cheese don't belong. If you were serving a Greek hot dog, okay, I could reason feta on a hot dog. But unless it's a Greek dog, feta has no place on top of a hot dog. It's as lost as somebody searching for a ball in the outfield. It just does not work any way you put it. On the vegan dogs, this is definitely the worst. They are batting well below their average. The issue is that one, you can customize the dog for any topping you have here. So if you want the green relish, if you want, I don't know if their chili here is vegan, but if you want anything else on top of the dog, you can customize whatever you want on top of the hot dog. So if you don't want the feta, you don't got to get it. You can just get corn and green relish. You get that, ketchup, and like their array of 8 different mustards that they have out here. They have the pickle. You get onions. It really kind of depends on what you like. But while it's a benefit, the way that it's served as a specialty dog, not my jam. 2 out of 5. Here we have their Detroit special dog. It's a Vienna hot dog with a Tony chili. It normally comes with big raw onions. I do not like raw onions. Can't eat raw onions for that matter. I probably should have added relish, but I did not. But if you want to see how we really feel about world famous hot dogs on its own, check our last video. Thank the princess of decoration. She's a mustard queen. It's surprisingly okay chili. I would say the weakest point of this option here at Universal is the buns are god awful. Their buns are like on their way to being stale, straight out of the package, untoasted, and without like doing like, when you do the basics, you have to do everything well. Like you can't miss. And missing something as basic as toasting a bun just brings the whole dog down. There's not much to a hot dog. It's cooked well, toasted bun, fixins. And when you can't even get a bun right, you worry. It's the worst hot dog I've ever had. I do like the chili here. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws, but definitely, if we're crowning a winner for the Battle Royale, you'll find out in the outro. So that was in the hot dog Battle Royale.
Universal lost.
Yeah, easy victor, Portillo's. We waited far too long.
God, yes.
You guys gave us a lot of flack for waiting. Well deserved. It was all our fault.
I really didn't think that anything would beat some of my Disney favorites, but Portillo's really knocked it out of the park. And as much as I wish that we could include Mel's in this tour, I don't think that Mel's could have beat Portillo's.
I agree. Now, being that we have a lot of local people here as well, if you have a vegan hot dog place, a place that serves vegan hot dogs you think would participate in a Battle Royale Part 2, let us know in the comments below. As your #1 foodie professionals and your choice of foodie infotainment, if you find a place good enough, we will definitely go. So hit the notification bell to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might yeet himself into the hot dogs.
I'm going to Jurassic Park. But you heard the girl.
Maybe he'll be the cat dog guy thing. Cat dog? Wasn't that a thing? Nickelodeon, right? Cat dog?
Sit here thinking of you. Maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm about to do is show your
Lizzie?
God bless. God bless.